Assalamualaikum mbokk yi di seetaan li nga xam ne mooy gis-gis waxtaane si li nga xam ne rek mooy yóbbu dëkk bi kanam.
The Constitution provides President can declare a state of emergency in two circumstances. Now I believe Gambia security is at risk for invasion. He has it right. Constitutional as it can last for 2 weeks.
yéen ñëpp gis ngeen ne dañu oote ne nañ ànd soppi nguur gi fi nekkoon loolu pexe la parti yi bokkuñu xalaat bokkuñu jubluwaay lii pexe la rek pour génnee ngu réew ci loxo benn nit te jubluwaay bi mooy won ne fexe nag nit ñi moom réew mi ne nañu ànd ci xel ñu tabaxaat réew mi.
Tegabi, you want to be humble and everything. Why you are not an ordinary minister in this cabinet? That's true. Because you are head of the UDP, you are like a father figure to most of the...
Mr. Saba,
it's the fact. Whether mom accept or not, so the point is, because of that prominence the baro def la de consult or legi yow ya de yobu ay nit ci baro pour mu appoint lolu moy lacté ndax li mo am.
President Adama dafa am mandate. Because Gambians choose. Ne na liggéey réew mi. mu tànn ay nit ñu liggéey ak moom man ci ñooñu laa bokka maa ngi liggéey ak moom
ngaje ko ande mela ay mul ay tiñarol minke Gambia jang mul ka woleta ka foko APRC fananda do tiñaro tola alle mustade le so ka APRC ta kala image de da kotenge isaje fo Gambenol kotenge si la pati ni la kotenge.
No yalo say you are putting me in a funny position. Ka fo do kam do ni fa de ko bita jahanda ni kala te ko kala
ñu ngi leen di dalal ci gis-gis yi tey bi tey nag dañoo waxtaanee about tribal politics because recently ñu ngi gis there are a lot of wax yoo xam ne ñu ngi demee ci wàllum xeet muy xeet yu am fii nga xam ne rek mooy Gambia moo tax tey ñu ñëw pour waxtaanee loolu last week nee na mu leen joxoon gis-gis bu graw ma ko doon seetaan it was really good nekk ma woon fii because of dara moo taxoon waaye tey ñu ngi am of course Dr. Ismaila Ceesay former panelist of gis-gis political science lecturer at the University of the Gambia, or head of the political science department, right? Doctor, ñu ngi la dalal ci gis-gis bi.
jërëjëf Ansu jërëjëf
gis-gis dañ doon am gay as guest tey ñu am la as guest.
man maa leen a dalal parce que gis-gis bi maa ko ngénte suma doom la. waaw so man maa laa dalal si gis-gis bi di dalal Sabally ak di dalal Nene ak Rafi di leen wax ne bu ngi nii da gis-gis waaw
nu ko defee ci yares
di nuyu suñ mbokkay yëpp si kër gi ñu nekk Gambie ñu nekk bitim réew di leen ñaanal jaama di ñaanal réew mi jaama.
ok docteur ñu ngi la dalal ci gis-gis bi léegi mën nañoo ñëw si waxtaan yi and then si kanam dina ñëw waxtaanee tuuti ci affaire yi 3 years bi and then 5 years bi because recently ñu ngi gis honorable Ousainou Darboe mu ngi amoon press conference di wax ne ñoom UDP seen stand mooy pour demal li nga xam ne mooy 3 years jot na bi and then president of course ñu ngi gis ne moom tamit mu ngi bëgg a end back on tour 18 November ci lu mu wax mi ni ne moom tamit mu ngi dawale li nga xam ne mooy 5 years mandate am bi ñu dugg ci waxtaan yi Mr. Sabally ñu ngi laa dalal Nene and then Rafi doctor Sabally bàyyi ma start ak yow and then waaw balaa ma start ak yow sax bàyyi ma start ak Doc because Doc dama ko bëggoon a ganale waaye ma just start ak moom he is part of the team Doc fu mu nekk nii yow yaa ngi nekk political science lecturer at the University of the Gambia for 10 years or even more than that I think ndax mun nga ñëw wax because ñu ngi gis lu xewoon fi nga xam ne mooy Rwanda and then Kenya in 1994 in Rwanda gis more than 500,000 people there ndax mun nga ñëw wax lan moo dee jur tribalism maanaam problème yoo xam ne daf dee link with tribalism balaa ñoo ñëw di wax about Gambia first.
waaw jërëjëf comme I think ne yaa ngi joxe context bi joxe some examples as to the consequences of tribal politics. We need to be able to differentiate these things in terms of tribalism, tribal politics, ethnopolitics. There's nothing wrong with need affiliate with a particular group. because every human being dang they to identify yourself with a particular group. Even though ñun as doomi Adama, the most important thing mooy ne we are all human beings. Mooy the common denominator. Tey su ma gisee dajeek Sabally, the first thing I see is a human being, and I treat Sabally accordingly as a human being. Su ma dajee nee na the first thing I see is a human. I don't see a woman. I don't see suñu waxee laay xam ban tribe la. So the first thing, so these are values yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko instill si ñun depuis childhood. But then you realize that in Africa, not only Gambia, in Africa generally, politicians ñoo xam ne amuñ an agenda to sell to the people, to mobilize mass political support. Then they play the ethnic card. Mooy ne the trump up support using seen identity. Ne man si yéen laa jógee. Sometimes it doesn't have to take the form of tribe. It can take the form of region. Mooy regionalism. Ne ok man si area bi laa jógee, so votal leen ma parce que su ma toogee nii laa. Gis nañ ko naka la yaaxee almost yaaxee Kenya. Rwanda, when it comes to Rwanda, let's not focus only on the events before the genocide. Lee started way back during the colonial period, in terms of where the Germans, the Belgians, naka lañ play bi the Tutsi against the Hutus, mu culminate into the first almost another one genocide, but it was a fight between these two. Bu tax ba many Tutsis flee Rwanda. Loolu moo tax nga war a xam ne Kagame in fact was born in a refugee camp in Uganda. Mu fightal Museveni as an intelligence, moo nekkoon his chief intelligence officer when Museveni was fighting for rebellion. So then ñu gis naka la juree mu noo ko waxee ni 1 million people died in 3 months. 1.5 million people flee ñu dem Congo. So they don't only yaa dëkk bi, but daf dey destabilize even in neighboring countries. Gis nga naka la destabilize Congo, especially Eastern Congo. So ñoo Gambia ñu gis ne Gambia since independence, Gambia is one of the few countries yoo xam ne people lived in harmony, in peaceful harmony. Ñoo xam ne both tribes, intermarriages am na ak loolu moo tax man su ma dee gisee nit ñi di wax tribal man si man it doesn't exist parce que it's just that people dañ ko di politicize. Understand te soo demee marché Joola Manjaago Saraxule Pël di jaay ku gën a cheap ak ku am gën a qualité kooku nga jëndee. Su fekkee ne yow si tribe boo jógee kooku mu nga jaay lu gën a te baaxul doo jëndee si kooku noonu. So demee hospital nga feebar ku la war a operate su nekkee beneen tribe doo wane noonu kii bu malade. So loolu si such imagination bi la di rek ak na ko gars yi di play. So man si man although it's becoming an issue, man ethnopolitics la mooy suma concern when nit ñi di jël politics di use tribe to mobilize political support daf di mën a yaa dikka te gis nañ ko in Kenya, gis nañ ko in Rwanda.
Okay, so balaa maa ñëw si suma panelist yi dama gis leen ne there is a difference between tribe ak tamit ethnic. That loolu is true. Is there any difference between the two? The nomenclature la. You also have to go and look at the colonial tribe itself is a colonial artifact. Understand? Colonial see for ease of administration. ñoo jël Africans ñu compartmentalize leen. They then put into different tribes so that they can be able to administer them. So ñun loolu moo tax bu gaay waxee bu colonialism jeexee bañ destroy colonial state, Africans yi am independence. Scholars yang laa wax ne even though then deracialize the African state but detribalize suñ ko. Mooy ne the tribal artifact structure si colonialist bill in fact remained. In fact most of the post-colonial leaders you know they were using it to trump up support to entrench themselves. Loolu moo tax benn mënuma remember exactly which African leader bu ne in Africa mu ne for the nation to survive the tribe must die because dañ gis ne the nation building project, the post-colonial nation building project was being hampered by tribalism. Why loolu moo tax most of these the Nyereres, the Kaundas, the Sengors, the Hofebuanis ne let's go for a one-party state. They realize such multi-party politics at some point mu doon jël those tribal la mu doon hamper the agenda of nation building, building these new nations. So loolu moo tax ñu ne let's go for the live it. But I want to understand, just to conclude, identity is everywhere. Even UK politics, American politics is based on identity. Ñun suñ society, we organize ourselves along ethnic lines. Loolu moo tax suñ politics that they am those ones of ethnicity. Go to the UK, they organize themselves along class lines. Loolu moo tax seen party is based on class. Labour is a working class party. Tory is a middle class party. So ñoom, if you go to Rwanda, because ñoom is not based on
ethnicity. It's based on clans. They organize themselves, their politics along clan lines. If you go to Rwanda, dañu la dee aaj foo jógee dañu la si kan nga jógee parce que head ku start clan bi moo génération moo di ñëw fii dañu la laaj foo jógee man Kiang laa jógee ñu la si kan nga jógee so ne man si diw laa jógee dañ xam exemple ban clan nga jógee this is normal but then waruñoo use vitriol waruñ ko use di ko politicize to the extent ne dina lead to violence.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. I'm Sabally. Dafa am kenn ku ma waxal and then dafa ma ne because of ñu ngi am different regions in the Gambia loolu bokk na si loo xam ne moo tax ba affaire yi xeet muy feeñu bu baax ci dëkk bi comme docteur nu mu ko waxee rek ne tribalism amut fii but then gis nañ for example let's say take an example of region like Fuñi président bi foofu la jógee the former président Jammeh gis nañ ne still ñu ngi ko support even though ñu ngi gis luy feeñu si TRRC bi and then so many things but then ñoom because of moom mu ngi jógee si seen either head or seen region ñoom they have to support him duñ xool li nga xam ne mooy interest yi dëkk bi ndax mun nga ñëw in general yow lan nga foog lan mooy mun a waxuñ ne am na de lan mooy mun a cause for example ñaanuñ ko but lan mooy mun a cause problème su waree am Gambia lan mooy nekk di main factor Sabally.
Man, I'm not a prophet of doom. So du ma toog fii di la wax lan mooy cause ñun suñ aada sax nanguwul loolu. da ngaa jiiñ lu baax. am nga waaye di toog fii li wax.
but lu ma miin in a different mu ngi ko ñëwee with a different perspective. pour nga wax ne rek lan mooy la nga foog ne mooy mën a nekk cause ici. ndoot ne dafa am pour ñu mën a avoid just pour avoid.
man séntuwuma any problème yu mag yi nga xam ne nga junja fii ay Rwanda ak yooyu séntuwuma ko fii. because I think ne suñ society bi docteur lu mu waxee fi intermarriage ak yooyu nga xam ne daf fi yàgg it's well rooted. I think ne incha allah yooyu dina tax ba duñ mun a am some of those violent nationwide conflagrations. But having said that, we cannot sit down and rest on our laurels because the tribal card is all over the place. Mentioned Gafi, I regions in Gahamne, we know where the votes go. You know, the fact is, we belong to tribes, and the tribe has to die for the nation to survive. I think the tribe is stronger than the nation. That's the reality. We just have to contend with it. You know, but does that mean we should let things be like that? No, we can come, Doctor. The nation building project then go by at some point. You know, Munge wax ne ñom Senghor then choose one party state to avoid the tribalism. I think it was self-serving. They wanted to perpetuate themselves. God bless Dawda Kairaba Jawara. I'm not a big fan, but he's one of the pioneers of a real democracy in the country. More than some of these social media heads, our newfound democracy. There is nothing newfound about democracy here. It was inbuilt from day one, thanks to Dawda Kairaba Jawara. And the fact is, even time Jawara, tribal politics mung fi won, why Jawara rose above it. Our people will always identify somewhere. Feel and don't waxtaan ak nit rek ci saa si nga ne suma cousin nga cause yaa ngi ko bëgg a nangu ñu ci ñun. You know, so this is a natural human instinct. Why today our people at the grassroots are behaving like that? Mënuñ leen a change. Somebody like me and Dr. Cissé waruñoo jël that route. Adama Barrow has no business calling any tribe into State House to talk to them. It's completely wrong, completely unacceptable. He has taken us to a new law. So, I mean, like I said, I don't expect any serious Rwanda-type thing happening here. But so you know, so for new buy healthy CFE tribe. Politics is tribal. It's gonna be tribal for a long time. L'Union muna def moy forums like this pour di wax ak nit ñi ñu raise the conversation to issues and take it away from tribe. But unfortunately. In this Mbojo nation, it's even difficult to have this because this conversation started at GRTS at a time when we were trying to build a new nation. Ibrahim Asila came in, sowed the seeds of censorship in so-called New Gambia and is thriving. Mohamed Jah took it from him, censored people at QTV, people who were talking about issues. Now, sa guy, Hamna Elisa Dobugama Wako, Star TV, you get censor Giss right now, broad daylight. So, nakala nyo muna rise it to a next level. How can we build this nation if we cannot sit down and talk about issues? Because can't talk good for the attack any personalities. We are beyond that. But today, Gambians si parewin pour invest into the process of building the nation. The tribes will thrive, and then yalla.
Okay, Sabally, you mentioned president, and then my standard ne you mentioned the president says ne mom he's a Mandinka. But then after reading the article, man I read the whole article like you know, but then gisuma anywhere for him ne president be dafa mention ne man ne Mandinka la straight because of lii dafa ne rek moom he is a Mandinka nekk ma di ko defend but lu ma gis laa ne ka doon ne he is a Mandinka and then oncle ami Saraxule lañ ba pare tamit yaayam Pël lañ nan yow da nga bëgg a wax because yaa ngi fi wax léegi da nga bëgg a wax ne na président bi right now with science yu ñu nekk di gis dafa bëgg a jël that trend.
Barrow is playing tribal politics. It's out in the open. soo ko ragalee nga wax ko ne ragal nga ko wax dëgg waaye loolu la war a loolu la moo def te waru koo def it's not right. We know that politics has a tribal element in this country, but this is the first time we're seeing a leader as consequential as our president going right raw into the dirty, muddy waters of tribal politics broad daylight.
Okay. Now, aside from him, Balama ñëw si and then move, aside from him being the president, now, gis nañ UDP, APRC, and then DOI. Ndax gis nga any of these party playing tribal politics?
No, like I told you, suñ nit ñi they organize themselves according to tribes. Not the
national UDP, APRC, and DOI. General living.
Answer a question B. Politicians in the field, nekkuñ dof xam nañ ne nit ñi have tribal sentiments, so they tap into it. APRC does it, UDP does it, GDC does it, all these parties are doing it. PDOIS, I'm not too sure. I'm not ñu leen ko jiiñ man I've not seen evidence of them playing tribal politics. Waaye li ma wax mooy this is the first time musuma gis lawyer Darboe mu dem to a level of the outrightly wax about tribal police I'll tell you na moti mandinkol and nam fasa musuma gis lawyer Darboe def ko. Same way musuma gis Mama Kandeh def ko. OJ we say fulla. He's been here from Jawara time to musuma gis OJ ñëw outright di wax nit ñi ne nte mu fulolti al na leen fasa. I mean li ma wax mooy this sentiment is in the heart and vein of our people. So people tap into it. But putting you out in the open, ngay divide dëkk bi. Tey nga ne soose la, ëllëg nga ne Pël la. I mean, you are trying to divide this country and it's dangerous. It's completely unacceptable. Why nit ñi ñoom at their level, they vote for parties because they feel ne seen mbokk yi seen interest fii la nekk. That's at the base. But ku nekk ñëw nga ne ma da nga bugg a yore réew mi. Yow ngay behave like somebody from Sare Bojo. I'll hold you accountable for that. I'll call you out.
Nene, just for sabali jeexale and then gis nañ comme parties yi nii mooy you mentioned ne gars yi ndee génn saga wala wax ne dañ war a votal for example séeréer yi or Wolof yi or Tukulóor yi and then ñu gis seen party leaders yi duñ wax dara about it na nga gisee loolu.
Well, I think that's where I wanted to even start because, even though I agree with some of what Sabali says in regards to that, okay, come party leaders, doing you outright, okay, man sosala, man pulla, support me because of this reason. But man, if your militants, the people that support you, the people that you share the party with, if they're behaving in that way, and you being the leader, you have so much influence, you are quiet about it, I personally will take it like you share the same views and opinions on what they are preaching and what they are, telling people out there. So that's where I have an issue with, because again, somebody like Mama Kandeh, so they can support us, they're so violence, vindictive, anybody could touch Mama Kandeh. Anything you say, as far as you say Mama Kandeh, dafa duñ dee xaar nga lancer, they come on you.
Why are you singling him out?
It's an example. It's an example. Not necessarily Mama Kandeh.
I don't like your example.
Well, again, that's my example.
Well, I don't think
this
it's
is
fair.
Nene's example.
I don't think it's fair to Mama Kandeh.
Can I remind you, this is Giss. You tell it like it is. Okay?
No, but this is unfair. This is my Giss. My Giss is your example is unfair. Because Mama is quite a gentleman.
No, I mean, yes, he is. He is a gentleman. Seriously, he's a gentleman, and he has a great personality. But in most of the times, what I say is, you may be as nice as possible. When you speak, people will want to listen to you. But then again, the people that support you, the people you call your own, the people that you share the party, if they do certain things, I think you should be bold enough, you should be honorable enough to come out.
For all party leaders.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Everybody else.
Now we are talking.
For all party leaders,
yes.
For all parties, but that's not what we see. So apparently when the supporters are being, tribalistic, and accusing people of certain things, you just don't say, okay, Sabali Ali, Ansu, Ismaila or Rafi. You say the whole party. You say UDP or you say GDC or you say APRC. So in that way, the party leader come and say, oh no, you cannot accuse us of this. Yes, you share the responsibility because you did not come to make your position. Just like they've, you know, for example, UDP has Philip for so long and then come out and say, okay, this is our stance, which was clear anyways. We knew that that's the line.
What's the topic, by the way?
No, stop. Nene léegi just join ñu sa gis-gis si président bi recently ñu ngi gis mooy ne he said ne moom he's a Mandinka ak yooyu noonu sa gis-gis si loolu and for the fact that mu ngi receive different tribes si not different tribes right now ñu ngi gisaguñ so far mooy Fula si.
My take on who did you say again?
President Barrow.
And remind me, who's the president again?
President Barrow.
Oh, Barrow, okay.
No, so far lu ma gisagum mooy gis naa ne receive na poli. Manjago, yeah?
Hello.
Really?
Oh no, it did not happen. No, it did not happen.
Just clarify.
Let's be clear, it did not happen. No, yes, receive na. Sibaro. No Manjago group has gone to Sibaro. They have tried. You understand? They've mobilized, did everything else.
They were mobilizing.
No, it did not. It did not happen. It did not happen. They did. The Sarahulas went. The Fullers went. But then the Manjakos, it did not materialize because you know what? We cannot be trampled upon. We have issues that we were knocking their doors to have a chat with them for them to look into it.
And they ignored
you know,
so
they ignored it. They haven't done anything else. Now they feel okay. We are part of the Gambia because we have votes. We have voters card, and we can change the narratives. Now they want to sit with us. We are not interested in that. We have issues that we want to discuss. So they mobilized. They did everything else, but we have hierarchy, we have a leadership, we have an executive, and when we sit and talk, everybody listens to us. So we said no, and it's not happening as at now.
They get organized.
We'll
okay.
revisit that later.
The Manjao community has their own leadership that decides.
Oh yeah, we have an executive, we have an association. So nothing happens here when it comes to in the name of Manjagos that you don't go through that, you don't pass through that.
Can you challenge him?
Of course. Just a view towards that. For the fact that president be receive, and then you move to Rafi and then doctor.
You know, I don't hate Barrow. Like I always say, you know, I roll my sleeves. For the first time, I got into the political arena and campaign, went into the hinterlands for the first time. So I don't hate him, but then I hate, you know, I don't like the way he does things. And for him to resort to thinking, okay, I'm trying to empower myself. I'm not going to relent. I need to go for another 5 years and here and there. And this is the way I'm going to do it. That to go into the tribal line, trying to mobilize tribes and then bring, dysfunctionality in between them, trying to bring chaos in between them. I think I'm going to steal the words of Dr. Nafi Sise. To me, it's pit bottom low, something like that. She said it. To me, that's what it is, seriously. You know, Barrow should rise above the level. He's the president. Look for new gimmicks to go about it. But then through tribal lines, seriously, ain't going to work.
Rafi, quickly, because come Numa asked that question to Sabali. I know that you were part of Gambia Has Decided, and the reason why you guys intervened during that time was because of the change political landscape, make sure Gambia moms and Bopa. And now you get UDP, and then you get APRC and DOI. Like political parties you have the you link you neka Chicago. Ndax mun nga mention there is any party bo xamne right now ñu ngi play the tribal politics bu nekk di discuss ni and then la nga foog ne mooy mun a loolu la gaay mun a def pour mun a change seen image towards that.
Okay, man honestly gisuma any party boo xam ne mu ngi openly play the tribal line because ñoom ñëpp su joxee seen statements yi dañ dee vehemently deny na ñoom they tribal and they want to be inclusive and invite everyone. Wante man tam dama believe as a leader there is no smoke without fire. The reason why sometimes they associate certain parties by being tribal is because we see what their surrogates and the supporters are doing. And supporters in the some mind me if I generalize the party because man su ma nekkee in an organisation I think bala nga join organisation they war a am standards and values that you have to uphold if you want to join them. So, for example, if I'm going to a party, I think the party should have rules and regulation on how the surrogates and members and supporters should behave. And I think if any of their members are behaving otherwise, the leadership should come down hard on them, and sometimes even have to expel them from the party because they are giving the party, they tarnish party their image. So yes, you know, as a leader, you can come on with the general statements and your party is not tribal and you want to be like one Gambia and stuff, and then maybe the next minute nga dem see benn program the leader, and then you see somebody come every day mu ngi toog social media di saaga nit yi wan nit duñu wax dara mu ngay jël photo opportunity ak parti bi. What do you assume? So man lu ma foog mooy the leadership of the party, if they really want to be taken serious with the Gambian people, then you get something serious about this. They should start coming down hard on these people who are always on social media every day. They can see WhatsApp group yi di saaga nit yi and all this thing. Because lii mooy divide dëkk man growing up honestly man musuma foog ne Gambia am na tribal problem. Because man, for example, I don't even know what tribe I am because man loolu is just a non-issue for me. Man, you know, suma yaayam Pël la papaam naar la, man suma papa yaayam Soose la, so papaam naar la. So man growing up suma cousins yi ñi Saraxule la ñi different you know, so man loolu musuta nekk issue about man. Ba pare going to school, going to St. Augustine's, suma xarit yëpp like musuma xam sax du ma dee musa xam sax man tribe lañ. Ñun daal all we know is man suma la gisee as an individual, I know you by your name, I don't care ban tribe nga jógee. Wante recently because of social media te su ma start di gis dëgg man dama doon di choc ne man musuma xam ne Gambia am na ñoo xam ne they think like this. Keroog maa ngi gis kenn mu ngay advocate ne su foreigner yi di interfere si political Gambia.
I think loolu is important.
No, I bëgguma mu jox kii too much because this one is a not case, completely totally out of his mind.
Escalate to something.
No, I feel like go escalate because it's an outlier. Musuma gives that kind of statement anywhere in the Gambia. Not even on social media.
But the reason why I'm talking about this is because that's not the first time maa ngi gis lu demee noonu. Am na koo xam ne maa ngi gis keroog mu ngi comment mu ne ñun sax ñoo def mistake bi suñ maam yi lu tax ñu allow ñu ñëw Gambia in the first place dañoo war a rey sax ñu génne leen si dëkk bi. I've seen all those things and it was billion and billion and billion. That's why I came up with this because because dama dem understand am na ñoo xam ne am na a section of society boo xam ne ñu ngi have these views ne ñoom dañ foog ne ñoom moom dëkk bi and ñoom they are the rightful owners of this country. Dëkk bi fii ñun ñëpp ko bëgg what is a Gambian man am naa suma mbokk yoo xam ne naar lañ 100% naar lañ te amuñ any other passport apart Gambia because you know why seen mamati maam fi la kaa juddoo so what lan mooy Gambian ñun suñ demee out ñu ñoo citizenship in those countries and then tubaab yi ñëw di ñu discriminate first of all du ñu ne ñii dañ racist ñii dañ but we are doing the same thing here in Gambia ñu ngi war a rise above this thing ñu xam ne nation state lañ war a build jiga Sénégal foofu la gaa yi xala aga Sénégal they are very proud of their country. Senegalese artists boo gis, Senegalese footballer boo gis, any famous Senegalese boo gis lu ñëw mu njëkk a identifier mooy sénégalais. Loolu moo ma nekk si ñoom da nga gis footballer sax dina sol benn wristband boo amee si flag bi. Anything di nga gis ñu identifier te rek maa ngi read about Sadio Mané Senegalese player because all the time they always proud of their country. I think ñun foofu lañ war a aspire to be nation state ñu build a nation state ñu bàyyi this tribal thing because man ñaaka suma suñ ko continuer suñ dëkk bi dinañ am problème boo xam ne ñun kenn si ñoom ñu ko mën a solve.
ok now sa gis-gis docteur maa ngi ñëw léegi sa gis-gis ci président bi nu mu recevé gars yi.
non loolu moom is totally wrong. invite a group nga ne elders yi or from certain region or whatever waaye bu invite gu nga ne di full group come in here loolu that's very very wrong. Man that's how I see it man Barrow sometimes dama dee understand Barrow ñan ñoo ko dee advice ñan ñoo nekk around him ñu ko dee advice because of any sane person war nañoo wax président bi ne lii is wrong you shouldn't do this because of ñun ñu ngay try pour avoid lii yow yaa ñoo see dugal and yow yaa dee leader yow yaa war a set good example nga invite fuller community you know man daal loolu moom is very very wrong because loolu moo dee indi division si if article boobu woon nag I think it's very misleading because article boobu to be fair we have to be fair man I'm very fair soo readee article bi there is no way foofu bu wax ne I am a Mandinka xam nga kooku moo jël édito bi daal ni nga ko defee I'm very disappointed with that.
Well, it's a newspaper they want to sell.
They want to sell. It's very wrong. waaye nag fii la PR team bi ak media team bi Barrow bi di fêlé because of ñoom they should have come out strongly and counter that but look at the people who
Well,
are managing
when
to
they come out with statements, they always also
They make it
wrong.
worse.
Ñoom ñoo dee gën a worse
They
than
make it
the commercial media teams.
Okay, now, doctor, just dama la bëgg a laajte about, for example, dama just jël example of Rwanda, for example, Hutsi and then Tutsi. No, ba ma ñëw because for ñu always
ñu jaama boy.
Dama nekk di jël example of Hutsi and Tutsi. And then for the fact ne soo leen xoolee ñoom dañ dee mën a identify ne kii fii la bokk, and then loolu amut in Gambia. The only way nooy mën a linké nit ñi mooy through seen center. For example, nga ne Cissé mënut a nekk Pël. Sometimes dina mën a am, but in most cases daf dee nekk Mandinka la. So Gambia nuñ dee identify
Pël yi bari nañ Cissé by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Gis nga news. Waaw lu ma miin but lu ma miin fii nuñ dee identify nit mooy through santam. Léegi docteur yow yaa ngi si political scene bi. In fact, duñ dem si loolu because nañ la am guest hopefully in December in a different way and different platform. But du ma si dugga léegi seeing ne there are a lot of small parties and emerging parties yoo xam ne ñu ngay ñëw new parties yoo xam ne ñu ngay ñëw do you think ne ñoom they will use the same trend pour make sure ne ñu penetrate?
I'll tell you something. First of all, you go back to Roland and explain about those guys who are making those silly statements online. It's not silly. These are very dangerous statements. The police should do their job. Bu that same guy Guinea in Banjul, will make some comments.
Yes.
He was arrested and charged for inciting violence.
Yes.
Those words you learn wax online, that is incitement to violence.
Yes.
In fact, yow noonu la téyew. I think
No, man, incitement to violence.
No, but noonu la téyew.
I was charged for inciting violence.
No, I get it, but noonu la téyew.
Okay,
Jack, this is completely out of context.
No, but the same thing.
No.
The same thing happened to him, you know.
You don't understand mooy ne ñu ne kooku mu ne dañoo lan
Take cutlasses.
kooku dañ ko war a arrest.
Definitely.
Ki wax ne lan
But how about su
lu tax
nekkee
gars yi ñun seen fulla sa lu tax gars yi ñëw noonu ma xam nga dañu understand one thing gis nga
But I don't think most of these people
ñun si cave bi lañ
nekk si
nekkoon
ground.
ñun si cave bi lañ nekkoon doomu aadama bu nekkee si cave bi ñu génn si cave bi ñëw live si universe bi léegi génn nañ si universe bi léegi dañ dem dëkka si internet bi léegi suñ life yëpp foofu lañ ko yóbbu everything foofu la nekk so léegi we move from the cave to the computer anything loo xam ne da nga ko wax si biti mun am inside violence soo ko waxee online the same repercussion la moo am the police must do their job and arrest those people comme nuñ arresté ñeneen ñi rek ñoo xam ne they were inciting violence I mean naka waaye dañoo take color dañu la starté prepare leen seen cutlass yi so we can get to work
And then news yi dem rek circulate.
kooku understand so mu yaa dëkk bi léegi lu ma mooy ne nga ne Gambie duñ xamee wante wala nga war a understand ne xam nga yow soo dekkee Kombo da nga foog ne fii yëpp la life bi nekk am na communities yoo dem Foni ak Siara the people who live in those communities know themselves man during the post-election violence of the National Assembly in Sibanor la yes there was some clashes between UDP APR supporters during national no wow
Yeah, there was one.
demoon naa Sibanor on a fact-finding mission I saw how divided that community was during that period to the extent ne saa ne benn groupe mu ñu ne ma ne time in nawet fii lañ dee ut si ndox this time ñu ngi leen a xaar ba gaay ñëw ba gaay ñu ne sax fu mu nekk nii sax ñoom duñ dee wax ba léegi amoon na temps they invite each other seen ngénte seen takka yi dañ ko stop
yeah.
so they know each other foofu la problème bi di ñëwee even in urban Gambia léegi mix na on sax but foofu noonu ba léegi so the fear is mooy but let's go back and look at lan moo war a tax sax ba political parties in Africa di jël the formation of tribes is let's go back and look at political party formation in most of our countries, especially Gambia. There are two ways in which you can form political parties. One, can it more de joke move form party, then the party emerges from one person. Kokuno no more de personalized party. So tribe boom nekarek, obviously Africa, then Africa lola suñ dom la, ñooñu lañ ko support. Benen way ñuy form a party, a group of people know they talk. Duñ de personalized party, but duñ ko de build around one person. They anchor it around a vision, principles and values. Suñ ko bile legi ñu tok ñomi neen ñu choose so the leader emerges from the party rather than the party emerging from one leader. Legi so amé a party in Gambia. Bam ne party X. Bubas Njai mo fa nek for 30 years mo nek party leader te boñe ci tribe bu te pass but that tribe will take that daf ko color. Color bobu la party di jël tribe am bi. Parti ji Ibrahima Sonko mo fa nek. Ibrahima Sonko tribe am ak value sama plum gom yé parti bobu la mo color. noonu la demee loolu moo tax ñu am problème boobu su fekkee ne UDP doy GDC even though all these parties they never campaign on a platform of promoting a particular agenda of a particular type but because they have leaders ñu fa overstay su fekkee ne let's say UDP seen first 10 years they had a Mandinka leader seen next 10 years a Manjago leader the other leader foreign leader nobody will accuse UDP of being a tribal party GDC if they had leaders yoo xam ne then change over the time.
Let's say, doctor, for example, UDP, ñu ngi fa gis Aji Mam Seka. Moom du I know ne yow leader bi nga nekk mooy Facebook.
Africa fii. Demal si dex gi. Nga ne dama benn parti bu es moo am. Duñ la laaj parti boobu duñ gëm. La moo si ay dañ la laaj kam mooy leader bi. Xam nga dafa sol contexte dynamics bi la. Nit ñi leader bi la.
So how about language bi? Language bi la use pour communicate.
Waaye lu ma miin mooy la mooy leader bi ban language la moo.
No lu ma miin in terms of seen campaign ak seen tooy because staff wax na ko fi. Ne moom he doesn't speak Mandinka. So moom mënut a nekk président in fact because du mun a toog.
No that statement boobu that's a wrong statement.
Man Aaron Barrow
moo wane Mandinka rek a mun a nekk président.
lu ma miin as in no lu ma miin mooy pour mu communicate. Mun a relate with people in the Gambia. Not only Mandinka but other tribes as well.
The model promote this tribal thing in very different ways. Anybody could have munu ma nekk président because of Mandinka. That's a very serious useless statement.
No nekkul Mandinka but munta.
Mata wusa. No, I mean anybody could talk. Nga ne man mënuma nekk président bi ko mënuma laa ka soose. That's
no for the fact that doctor
that's a bad statement. Mun loo ko defal Gambia fii anybody koo xam ne juddu nga Gambia am nga jikko bu baax am nga pas-pas bi patriotique nga am nga di solution sa bu mu nga nekk president of this country.
Of course
Gambians yi dofatuñ. Any politician bu jóg nga foog ne da ngeen maa voter because of tribal bi na nga nax sa bopp. Gambians yi eewul nañ passé nañ loolu noonu. On sa loolu da nga waroon sam politique dafa change. PPP they were here for 30 years. ñu jógee fa APRC nekk for 22 years. It nga lu happen under PPP ak under APRC things have changed dramatically. Will they use you as a yardstick? The Gambians have, nga bu ñu demee 2016 bañ mën a génnee indicator from power. C'est la Gambia change totally. Anybody who foog ne da ngaa ñëw fi election fi by taking tribal cards.
Now for the fact because ñu bëri ndee wax li ne any party bu ñëw any new party bu ñëw nga am sa good manifesto and then am sa agenda sa policies and programs well prepared and yooyu noonu nga bëgg ko jaay outside to the market nit ñi duñ ko jël because of fii luñ ko moo nekk as moom maam si parti bi la bokkoon and then we gonna follow the same trend ak yooyu noonu
da nga war a understand the dynamics
let's say no dog lu ma min na 2021 loolu dina am na that change dina am in between because of nit ñi leen xam
gis nga demographic dynamics bi moo change Gambia dafa explode over the past decade. 65% of voters ñuy vote next election are below 35. These people are born in the age of the internet. They are globalized. There will be segments so that they don't vote because of because of but that is changing.
No, why young people didn't vote?
No, but anybody could use timey APR, timey young people don't vote more. Anybody they are always called apathy. Then elections are foregone conclusions. Jamé dafa win. So young people di just laaj mu gëna tukki rek. In fact loolu mooy lu ñoo am na migration yu ñoo laaj moo ne the aspiration to migrate da bi tax ba young people yi duñ mën a engage in anything. Yow soo toog nga ne man ma bëgg tukki doo dem uti liggéey doo yokka skills doo dugga si politique ba nga ne man damaa bëgg a tukki even doo tukki xam nga but dafa change léegi most young people xam nañu léegi tukki is not gonna possible most young people xam nañu léegi seen life dafa depend si yan façon nga politiciens la ñoo taana te gis nga loolu mooy change léegi next election bu ma wax ne people duñ vote along ba dafa dilute why because su fekkee ne tey nga am benn dëkk comme Gambia nga am 3 candidates yoo xam ne 3 different candidates ñoom ñëpp seen leader come from 3 different tribes di nga am yooyu noonu ba dafa change di nga gis votes dafa dilute di nga gis 5, 7, 8 different parties yoo xam ne di nga am 3 parties yoo xam ne ñoom ñëpp si benn tribe lañu.
Yeah, Fabakary Mandinka la mooy face of APRC and then you have
nga Bibi Dabo mu ngi ñëw.
Waaw Bibi Dabo.
Ansu Jack. Of course. yaa ngi tag along ak dog de.
No, but Fabakary
2021 tribe is going to be the deciding factor. I can tell you that for sure.
Okay, bye nañu.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
Gis nga 2016 election unfinished business la. Am na ñoo xam ne dañu am deep regrets about 2016. Everything that's happening in the political space right now is disappointment, regret over what happened in 2016. The 2016 region playing a role, tribe was fundamental fundamentally important, and I can prove it clearly. So that, what without a doubt, man, I know people nyinga hamne, duma debuga who sit tribe too much.
Okay.
Yaya Jammeh made some fundamental tribal mistakes that actually cost him the presidency of this country. Beyond that internal power struggle, binga hamne fum nekani, it's not only tribe, mangi is the emergence of regions in politics in a way that I've never seen it before. So all those on 2021 is 2016 plus, next level. All those issues are going to play out. People are going to vote along tribal rights. There's an emergence, without a doubt. Dr. Lumwa, the young guy, who is educated and enlightened, but they are in the periphery. I can tell you that for free. Call me here day after election 2021. Discussion.
Okay. Wabana, what is about the dynamics?
Yeah, you're shocked. I know.
Because again, you know.
Giss dynamics then you change 2021.
Well, basically, Sabali, narrative, analysis,
it's not narrative, it's fact.
No, it's not yet fact.
Absolutely.
It's not yet fact.
Okay,
should that be the case at that time, 2021? Then I'm saying, you know, we might as well all pack and go back to the cave, like Dr. said, because nothing has changed in us. We have not progressed. We have not changed.
But the fact is actually, even genealogically, genetically, we've not changed much from the time we left the cave. I can bring the proof of that as well. I'm telling you.
I have changed, Sabali. We have changed. Seriously. Have changed. So attitude. Exactly. Mungi sol muba, mungi sol dala, mungi sol sud.
Exactly. The most significant change. Nakalanya de Oya Gambia.
The pen.
The pen.
That's right. That's right.
No. Lindon wasi kevi. Lo lenjer rek. Halimba be it from day one. Nun wal kalam. It was there when the pen was there when we were being born.
Okay.
No, limalena wa. I'm telling you, is scientifically actually true.
Okay.
Sawaji ethnic diversity buñ la len jago yi fi nene nekatut Gambia for that week ama to nga fo
nene ñëwal ten ma move to Rafi and then you them break nene sa gis-gis si lolu because guys join us an opinion on that.
No, to be honest, I mean it's really scary. What I can say is, at the end of the day, if it turns out to be that, we have ourselves to blame. Because we are the ones that make it happen,
but
or we don't make it happen.
You believe in
But I believe in a change.
Okay.
Because I've seen the signs.
Okay.
And it's just a matter of people believing in themselves, taking up the mantle, and then walking towards the change. But then if we just stick to the old ways and believing in things that are centered around one party, making us believe without them it's not going to work, and if they're out, everything is going to be shattered on the ground, then we will not change. But then we have to also believe, okay, you were there from this person, put it on the table, let them understand why other people should also be part of it, and then we all work together to bring another change.
The facts the defend me. I'm speaking, I'm an observer of the situation that's real. But the fact is, do we want it to be like this? No. Are we ready for the change? No, because we cannot even have this conversation on national television. Thanks to Ibrahim Asila, who's supposed to be part of our generation, educated, supposedly struggled to uproot a dictatorship. It's not a filumo wahni, and I tried to silence him. I'm glad Doctor came out. Actually, the police knew I was shocked. Nit moy wahni ni fi Gambia in 2019 post Jammeh. Nañu dem nama suñ jaasi kan mako fi dafa waxtaan yaay so we've got work to do lolu moy reality bi we've got work to do de
okay. Sabs is very right because it's gonna be a battle. That's a battle going on. The battle between the reactionary forces and the progressive forces. Giss na the reactionary forces they promote this hardcore tribal agenda, which is very dangerous. Su fekkee ne nit ñi dañ leen bàyyi seen jàmm, gis nga benn narrative bu ñu nekk di promote over and over again becomes the true narrative. The progressive forces, no matter this platform is important. That guy made up that statement online. Su fekkee ne 10 progressive maa ñu condemn si saa si.
It will die down.
Keneen dina
It will die down.
Su fekkee ne moom promote ñu ñëw wala mi ñëpp di ko support waaye dañ ko jox oxygène dañoo jox oxygène
te ñooñu ñoo bari nag online right now.
Of course léegi sa gis-gis Rafi and then ñu dem break ndax yow foog nga ne 2021 dina change things dina change.
No man lu ma believe mooy change. Change is always something that is ongoing in human beings. Human beings change. Man opinions mu amoon time yi xale ak yu mu am léegi it's not the same. So loolu is a fact. Change mooy loo xam ne always need to social politics it always has to be considered. Gis nga toog nga xalaat ne Gambia ni la mel du musa change. Lolu mooy the biggest mistake you can do as a politician.
Okay.
Because human beings, that's how God naturally
created us.
ñun nañ ñëpp day am brain and our brains are used to think.
Rafi,
man opinion ni ma amoon 10 years ago.
it doesn't work
And
that
okay.
way.
Okay,
There have to be prophets to guide us, not just religious ones or secular ones
opinion
elsewhere.
ni ma amoon 10 years ago. Are they the same now?
No, do benn sir.
Doctor, you opinion ni ma amoon yoo have one like 15 or 10 years ago.
Dr. Ndai
Are
won
they the same
the
now?
PhD.
No, but honestly.
So we are all outliers. No.
In you.
We are outliers. We have to accept that fact also.
Man, change
We're
is something
dealing with,
wrong.
we're dealing with the man at the grassroots.
Okay.
People change. So,
Rafi.
man, what I'm saying is,
Rafi,
Gambia
last week nga
also-
jógee America. Yow sa exposure bi la beneen level la.
Bàyyi mu ñëw rek, bàyyi mu ñëw.
No, bugguma mu use boppam as a yardstick in this. He's an outlier.
No, stop, bàyyi mu ñëw.
Rafi, this is the truth. You are not the average Gambian. That's the fact.
Dafa jël reference of like what
He's not. No, Rafi si bourgeois bi la bokk ak No, donc yow sa yaa ngi beneen level.
Continue.
change is a factor that's scientifically proven. Even yow sa boppa soo toogee nga xalaat yow sa boppa sax ndax vision amoon time indo ak vision am léegi seen it's different. So that means between people dañuy evolve. That is one. I think also another thing, Gambians should start developing this culture of having polls. Man, I believe getting the data and asking people the right questions and producing polls, I think it's very important to gauge the mood of the country. I think some companies should start, maybe NGOs, maybe start getting funding and having polls and to see the pulse of the people. Because polls is very important. That's how you gauge how people are feeling. And once these polls are out, then you know for a fact lii moo nekk di mood of Gambia. waaye nga toog nga ne Gambia du mos a change depuis time yi election 1965 bi léegi ni la mel. mos a change man loolu I don't believe that. Man I believe people change with the right message. ñu educate leen ñu wax leen what's happening with the internet as well.
Now, where is the right message? This
Okay,
is my
perfect.
problem.
So nu ñoo def mooy dañoo
What you are saying here cannot even go into the national broadcasting space because some look.
One thing I want to say,
The core mandate of GRTS is not only to entertain, but also to inform the population, to educate the population. Now, these things are very important. So GRTS, then that's what they should do. Understand what I mean? Gis nga the same crime nga commit if you use your platform to disseminate dangerous information without
Exactly.
The same is equivalent to ngay close sa platform to progressive information buita be dañuy ak positively. The same kay ben
And selling a single false narrative.
Well, not only GRS but even private TVs the same thing like
So,
def. And then
anybody who's involved rek lool.
okay, so nu ñoo def mooy dañoo dem break and then suñ dellu so ñu continuer waxtaane.
tey gis-gis bi gën la.
ñu ngi leen di dalal baak ci waxtaani gis-gis bi comme nuñ ko doon waxee rek ñu ngi doon wax about tribal politics léegi dañoo balaa ma switch dañoo just joxe benn question about tribal politics and then ñu switch dem ci 3 years jot na bu war a am ci nuñ ko nekk di gisee December donc dama start ak yow about tribal politics bi lañ nekk ba léegi dama la bëgg a laajte ndax because man gis naa fenn fuñ waxee ne su dee dañoo introduce for example debate muy am let's say 2021 loolu tamit dina bokk si loo xam ne dafa discourage affaire yi tribal lines ak you can xamul do you believe ne loolu is true?
Well, did I help? Because I mean, obviously, so what is the purpose of debate? Political debate. Every political party, it's not politics come business, right? Danga ibisa come business la. Ñun consumers yi, ñun ñoy vote, ñun consumers. Political parties yi ñoom ñooy business, ñooy bitiki. So parti bu nekk dafa ñu ibi stolam. Muy jaay lu moo jaay mooy programme am ak manifesto am. So let's say you have 7 ñun dañoo ñëw di so during election loolu moo tax parti bu nekk da nga publish sa manifesto ñun ñu window shop ñu dem through even though there are many types of am na ñu am ne di modèle boo xam ne di sociological model am na ñu am ne they support the party moo di identify with the party because of xëj na seen mamati maam yi si parti boobu la nekk or because seen but majority of voters are rational choice voters mooy ne ñun dañoo seet lan moo ma arrangé ba ban parti moo nekk di promote man suma agenda man su ma nekkoon a party living with a disability damaa look at all the manifestos di parti boo xam ne convince na ma ne moom su ñëwee dina ma provider access dama provider lii parti boobu la but it's not enough si manifesto because tey yow mun ngaa dem nga jël consultant mu bindal la sa manifesto nga ñëw joxe ko so loolu moo tax da nga war a ñëw defend sa manifesto nga ñëw wax ne man dama build bridge from Banjul to Bata nit ñi laaj la question la mooy naka ngaa change healthcare bi naka ngaa change education bi dama def reform ban façon reform ngaa def wala dama empower you naka ngaa empower you so it's not only the language nga binda ko da ngaa ñëw so loolu noonu dina xaw a wàññi tuuti because ñu bari loolu na ñu bari because political debate itself is political
the president is well informed on that.
exactly so suma maam bu toog Badibu mu seetaan di political debate si soose si olof si pol si manjaago si english mu gis na dëgg candidate si ñu ngi wax yoo xam ne kii nekk di wax ni pol la waaye mu ngi wax loo xam ne dëgg moom moo nekk di wax suma jàngoro man ak nu mu ko fajee booy du ma eew suba nit dafa raisonnable du ma eew suba dem wutal koo xam ne ñoo bokk ak tribe waaye waxu fa dara loo xam ne make na sense so obvious debate si boppam dina create political awareness dina create political education boo xam ne dina minimize the issue of voting based on
well, how about, for example, today dañoo stage benn debate 2021 and then ñu gis ne because gis nañ loolu ne in Africa ne dañ dee campaign with the same method ne dañoo indi courant dañoo defar tali dañoo def ndax suñ amee debate boobu noonu and then ñëpp ñu ñëw war a wax the same thing what exactly do you think will or do you think that there is something new lu nit mun a introduce apart from those things?
No, obviously, not the one I'm no. Dafa des every party debate more they look at different.
No, but
I understand.
2021 from
I understand the debate.
No, understand that debate, of course. Understand that.
But Dr.
I know the questions. Sometimes I've had to benit ki warata how defend. Certain things you have even he's not prepared. But what mean moy ne? Legi fum nekk di su dee debate am na and then gis nañ ne Gambie depuis man bu ma juddoo ba léegi man fu ma dégga toog fu ma dégga mooy ñu ngi indi courant ne leen abuko ne leen indil ndox ak yooyu noonu understand nga loolu lañ doon dégga but ndax léegi fu mu nekk nii 2021 jàpp nga ne loolu dina change dinañ am something new different from that.
Obviously xew mooy ne dafa des si players yi tamit because a good debate also depends on players mooy party ak lu ñoo isi ak lan la ñoo discuss because it's wide from health infrastructure education energy agriculture.
No, but the same thing lañ doon dégga dog loolu laa
non daal ma ñëw loolu moo tax may la ne xam nga boobu rally la nga ñëw abu ko nga teg sa mic
waaw boobu rally la waaw I know ne
abu ko amaloon courant ñu ngi si courant nga sa di gas
yee waaw
nekk dina pax boobu noonu ready season ñëw beneen rendi beneen lifin beneen lesu gaa ñëw gasaat waaw loolu léegi loolu moo jee léegi loolu xew mooy su debate amee obviously te li Gambie dafa change xam nga tam wala loolu gis nga politician buy make promise léegi mooy tolu because fii la gaa promise 3 years bi doon léegi gaa di war ne benn ñi ne naa non léegi fu mu nekk nii bàyyi man ku ñëw Brikama nag nga promise ma wifi ak street light Brikama wifi ak street light da nga toog na la may 2 years dama génna
léegi rabi sa gis-gis si liggéey bi non donc ini moo la fi pour lii nag rafi sa gis-gis si debate bu you know and then all of that pour mu am
debate is very important because like
but do you think the president will even buy that idea the current one I mean
no but it's
not up to him
okay
it's not up to him
okay
he can choose not to come but
no suñu amana la debate
Samali Maut
suñu amana la debate
ku ñëwul dañoo dem si Kapenta taba nga si atan naka craft market dañ la defaral ñu
may nikin waa ñu taxawal ko fa
defaral sa mbaxana ñu bind fa sa tour ba pare ñu tegal la sa mbaxana ñu teg la ko
léegi man dama like if you debate because if you debate I think what we have to also as citizens as voters what we want to start also the forces of politicians mooy soo ma ne dama defaral brique wax ma tam naka nga amee pour sa brique boobu fan la xaalis bi jógee are you gonna raise taxes so ne da nga maa create up employment so ne da ngaa def da ngaa increase tourism
through debate moo mën a génn
nañ door di focus on those things ñu graduate from this nonsense politics dem na di taxaw di sabar ay yooyu noonu let us start engaging our politicians and start ñu asking them the real questions yow nga ne da ngaa def lii naka nga koo defee Gambie amuñ xaalis bi fan nga koo jëlee and then you start explain and then su ko defee you will know yow xam nga sa stuff waaye it's very easy ma ñëw rek dina wax ne dama def lii ba pare dama promise a heaven and earth waaye tàngoor like last week woon naa ko fi ma ne ko the legacy that this 3 years Jotna movement can leave behind mooy is from now on will have dañoo put politicians on their toes whatever they come now nañ bàyyi seen man loolu laa like si legacy bu 3 years bi di mën a
that's very true am nee ne sa gis-gis si debate bi and then you move to Sabally
Very, very important. Man, I support it 100%. If that can be introduced, then they change the narratives. Because at the end of the day, political parties, so you choose a candidate, they will make sure that they choose ko hamne. I'm not passion for whatever the person he or she is taking up, and they will make sure school then ko enough for defend the manifesto, the agenda of the party. Exactly. So I mean, I don't know how it's going to come about, but it should be something lo hamne then ko wara instill, introduce ko, and then we go through that process. Not only one debate nga hamne borom mun na choose to ñëw parce que gis nañ ko mayoral libi campaign bi. Some people choose not to come. You know, so you talk, you school and the last minute be you know the language of the debate, you choose other people cannot understand it, we're going to do our own language. I mean, if you cannot read English, you're not fit to be a head of an institution or a public office. That's because the national language, it's English in the Gambia. Okay? We need to agree with that. People might think, you're an elitist or whatever it is. So be it, but that it should be a criteria. But then again, ñun nit ñi suñ boppa ñun ñoo de wa change democracy waaye ñun ñoo bon suñ boppa because ñun ñoo de votal pare benn political party leader munta win election without us. Suñ la fa defee ba pare di massage things because of the tribal lines, the family lines, duñ la bëgg a hold to account. Dangaa ñëw wax fi wax goo xam ne fen gu em ni mën a yéen fii nii suñu boolee ba pare ñu gis ko blatantly duñ la challenge duñ la hold to account, even su ko nit waxee sa ñu attaque borom ñu bañ ko wax. Naka la ñoo mun a move or naka la change bi mun a happen so they ñu still encourage those things, ñu ko still harbor in us. So those things need to change. That's why I say the change is happening, because now for us to have this platform, regardless of Ibrahim Asila saying you're going to have it on GRTS, regardless of QTV saying we're going to host you, regardless of Star TV flip-flopping around it, not telling us their stance, it's still going to happen because change has happened in this war, you know. Then it won't happen because of nobody's going to watch.
Now we have Facebook.
Now we have the Facebook. The internet is there. And of course, I'm sure that the telecommunication companies aren't going to say, we won't sell you credit because what you're saying, we don't like it and it's going to hurt us or whatever. You know, they don't have control over that. So change is happening, and definitely this debating should be introduced, and there should be a criterion. If you're a political candidate, you should be subjected to come to this number of debates without fail. We see it in the West, in the developed countries.
I don't know how will ICD play in that.
IEC should be independent of that, because they can be corrupted. They should be independent of that, because they should be even a party in that process. Because definitely, if ñoom suñ ci bokkee rek, c'est la affaire bi yëpp du jurum. Dafa tax a suuf.
Okay, Sabal, is it too late pour ñu war a introduce debate 2021?
2021.
Because always when they mention they need government, they need a lot of funding for state certain things again. No, not debate. Not debate. No, I have something to do with government. What about debate? Don't complain because you're government operating. That's difficult for new state certain things because of funding again. But do you consider they can do that?
No, but these things normally
even though do cost a lot
normally government do their def. There are third parties. I think
not government. Sorry, yeah.
Independent body. I'm not sure they're working on it already. Why the point is
political debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The point is, for 2021 debate, if Fayantula, they may talk and paint their own picture of the reality on the ground. 2021 voters, I believe more than 80% have decided already. I know where Badibu will vote. I know where Jara will vote. I know where Kian will vote. I know where URR will vote. I know where KM.
Things can change.
You have a right to disagree because your wall is different from mine. So debate for 2021, if Fayantula, but I would not discourage it. I think it's a good rehearsal.
No, but you're following a mayor bu talk.
Kan la next election?
Ban election 2021 bi. No, date bi man xamuma exactly.
So xamee date bi. Wax ma rek boy. Man dama war a jël paracetamol yu bari. After election dama da uti sabal.
Okay, but sabal lu wax because look, sabal am la because man dama
gaay yëpp biñ doon wax bay nga gaay. Ya must stop because ya gaay yena bokk.
No, because
you belong to the same world.
No.
Yes.
Because recently dama dee déglu radio si suba suma dem job ak yooyu noonu and then dama dee dégg maire yi di call ak pay mostly ñoom ñoo dee call dañ lay woon ne ñoom dañ involve léegi ne ñoom dañ fall in love with this country and all of that ne yow fooguloon ne debate su waree am for example ñu am Rafi mu taxaw wax even though moom ngi laaka different languages ak yooyu noonu but still maire yi suñ gisee seen bopp comme docteur nu mu ko waxee ne ñoom mun nañoo change seen mind even suñu waroon a votal for UDP or APRC or doy den dañoo shift seen carte si tout Rafi
mang isurwa kama moy de
nga moy le
ko 2021 carte fayo menu be carte fayo kela wol jama bal wol already ya lonne ba fayla ñu dame so hanatre Obama sifa jama le sama na debate is not going to have an impact in 2021
really?
But good rehearsal for 2026 and beyond.
Rehearsal for some
right now the die is cast. The only thing that can tilt the equation is coalitions. Decided groups already ready.
Not more than 50% of Gambians have decided fan lañu votal. So ñu decide pass out 50. The 50 bobu divide ko among the parties. Divide ko between UDP, GDP and GAI. 50% plus they have not decided yet. They are sitting on the fence. I can tell you that.
Okay.
You know, their world is different from mine. Same sample size, actual sample type. So we can agree to disagree. Te hamna ne yow ñom nga andal.
Can I just make it simple? Can I make it simple?
Ansu, ku nekk da nga wax sa vie.
Are you saying
man waxuma léegi man maa ngi wax ñu ngi bëgg a
Are you saying yo, are you part of those people that have already decided for 2021?
Okay, gis nga li ngeen mën to understand, and this is my problem with you.
General perspective
we are not part of the sample, we are outliers. You cannot judge the Gambia by your perspectives, Rafi. Boy, Jamal Kiang boy.
I've gone to Soma.
Hey, my friend.
Right now,
can you allow me to talk?
Can you allow me to Right now, Asaba, you need to understand it. A lot of people...
I understand. You are the one who is supposed to understand and you don't. Laughing at them, Jara Soma, see Junction, that doesn't make you to know Jara Soma. I know the people of Soma. I know how they think. I'm telling you.
Regardless of knowing them and not knowing them, what I'm saying is, Ninyi same problem is, okay? They have been following
our
one
problems
thing.
is the same.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. Sabali, ñenay lopitaan ay seen problème, ñenay school seen problème, ñenay dëkkuwaay mooy seen problème. Am na koo xam ne understand nga amul dëkkuwaay soo ñëwoon jox ko moto danga koo saaga parce que loolu du problème am. Am na koo xam ne understand nga doomam yaa ngi feebar. ñëpp a ngi lii soo ñëwoon defaral ko tali danga koo saaga.
Kañ nga jógee Amérique?
Loolu du problème.
Kañ nga ñibsi? Because man I'm here born bred and bought musuma dem fenn. I'm telling you.
Okay, Saps léegi dañ si
da nga buga daw topic boobu dañ defee discourse nag let's move.
No, next switch. No, ragal mo sax dañ switch rek léegi ñu ngi gis Dabo of course ngi am press conference ne UDP seen stand moo nekk ne ñoom dañoo dawale li nga xam ne mooy 3 years bi and then su ma fàttale ko mooy bu ñu doon def gis-gis bi on GRTS yow Dr Cissé good ne Dr Cissé mu ngi fi and then Baboucar Camara ñu ngi amoon Dabo and then Dabo moom seet ne si programme bi ne according to waxam daal mooy moom 5 years la gis mooy ne loi bi lu mu taxawal mooy 5 years so président bi dafa demal 5 years bi ndax Dabo right now sooy xoolee nu moo waxee ak nu moo defee yëpp not ne dafa na nga gis dafa nekk di politique rek fàtte na lu mu waxoon wala UDP si boppam ñoom dañ gis ne Barrow threat la si ñoom 2021 daf leen ni sonal because of am na ñu bëri ñu jógee si parti bi move to Barrow moo tax ñu bugg a Barrow wàcce si 3 years bi and then 3 years bi su wàccee then who next mooy ñëw of course moo nekk vice president bi kooku is part of team Barrow.
You're answering all your questions.
No, ba ma ñëw rek no bii bëgguma sa question bëgguma sa answer si bii moo tax waa sa perspective on UDP seen stand
perspective
gis sorry
loolu la ñu Ibrahima si la copyright mu pirate suñ concept translate ko into English laaj ma suma gis-gis
sa gis-gis
no I think what happened yesterday it actually rattled me and I think this is probably one of the greatest blunders in the history of UDP. I know they've made mistakes. I've been following them religiously. They've made some serious. But what lu mel ni man musuma ko gis. I think they did a calculated move to support 5 years before they came out of the government. And pour man lawyer Dabo lu mu wax at gis-gis. That is the position of UDP. It was not a personal opinion. That's my perspective. So ma gis-gis si wax boobu. So Dabo def na loolu léegi affaire si yaaxu mu génn si biti. Muga change his position, and he started well by saying, even though man I know man luma gom my position UDP la mom mo my personal position la, nice try. You banya make an official statement, you delay ko, I think strategically it was also important. But to come and deliver this message this way with Lawyer Dabo at the mic, I think it's a strategic mistake for UDP. Lawyer Dabo should have recused himself from this, get his public relation officer, deputy party leader, or any other person to come and make a statement on behalf of the party. Why lolu sa defa tane? Lawyer Dabo ñoo na tok mu nge wax suma don mom. The only thing that could have helped him at that point is to admit to the public, I made a mistake. I mean, and it's not too bad to look a little bit weak if you read the President Art of War or Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. Sometimes to feign weakness is actually strength down the line. I think it's a mistake. I know Lawyer Dabo's base, they could not care less. Giss to be on Facebook, you know, it's okay. Whatever Dabo says is okay for the UDP base. But I think UDP li ñu wara xam moy ñi am nañ ñooñu waaye ñi amut te soxla nañ leen they have to find a way of communicating with those people. I think it's a terrible mistake. I think if I were in UDP executive right now, we are going into the war room straight. Damage limitation.
Okay. Bam ñew doctor dina ñew ci yow. Légui sabali next and then because if not do balance. President bitam current president bi Barrow said on Senegalese TV, I don't know TFM, ne man xawma affaire président ak yoyu dama fi ñëw pour 3 years rek and dama ñëw pour liggéey ak Gambian si ñom ñoy decide luñ bëgg rek ba ko kum ko la ci ndax do wax waxet on that as well.
It's very interested in balance now. Xam na ne guy UDP ya ko have ci comment segment.
No, really, just balance things.
Like I said, I think UDP made a strategic mistake yesterday, and the way they delivered this, it's wrong. It's gonna hurt them. But they say even a week is a long time in politics. Hope it favors them. President Barrow mom, it's the same Giss. We all held the same position. Dr. Cisse, ne Barrow defa wara wacha because promise la make, and that promise is sacrosanct. Unfortunately, Dabo argued with us where there is legality. There is no morality, so morality should be brushed away, and that's why Madege Munge wa the promise is sacrosanct. I say, oh my God. So Barrow more create this whole problem, more renege on his promise. It's wrong whether I don't care whether the agreement was signed or not. A promise is a promise. So Barrow more create problem. My uncle OJ Sanga Hamne is my favorite politician, one of my favorite from childhood. Nyam a mistake. OJ mo fi ñeko no wax ne dafa resign at 3 years. Jeki change position mu ngi support for 5 years. You know, I'm so ne xale nga goli gangster music nga dey deglu sen guy. Why we grew up on reggae music, and there's this Jamaican artist who was singing, you can't blame the youths and you can't fool the youths because you sending a wrong message to the youths. For man, this is going to have an impact in our political history down the line. Maybe Dr. Cisse can.
Okay.
But it's bad.
Dr. Nene
Total coalition failure.
Nene sa gis-gis. Both sides, president bi and Dabo.
Suma gis-gis for UDP. After all this while, Binyora, Makarami, Dugaka Gena, Ega Kawacha, Hamonane feeling him. Surtout bañ fa génné ñom ñe ba Dabo génné. You could see, you could smell it. It was all over in the air. So I'm not surprised now because again they're under pressure because everybody is saying, what's your position? What's your position? What's your position? They've been dilly-dallying all around. But then now they've come and say, okay, finally, this is our position. So I'm not surprised. It's not a shocker. But then again, I expect them to fulfill it because lolu mo len favor. Ñom lu toyal sen bota bi nim gëna toyal sen guru bi rek, they will at all costs they will do that.
It's true for all politicians.
How about the president?
My question was on UDP.
Okay.
So let me stick to that.
How about the president?
And with Barrow, sadly enough, you know, I'm not also surprised. But then again, I'm going to blame Dabo for everything else that is happening with Barrow right now. Because honestly, man, I strongly believe in Lawyer Dabo, even wahuton sa why we just know perek and then leave the people that put Barrow into power to enforce okay, this is what your promise was and you need to honor it. And ñëwut pour Bolden Barrow won't connect, okay, hey, you're slipping. I'm your godfather and I'm a lawyer. I know the gimmicks. I know the constitution. So you go to bed and sleep. I'll handle it. Okay? Don't worry. And you're going to go for 5 years. And then Barrow is like, oh, yeah, I forgot. You know, I don't have to worry. I have him, you know, on my back. And he's going to go to court. He will defend it. Barrow wouldn't have been this way, the way he is right now. And aspiring. And then you have all those non-entities around him thinking, okay, the longer he goes, the more we will be better off after he listens.
And I join team back.
Team back.
Unconditional support.
So, I mean, Lima wax rek mooy ne Dabo, I mean, he's an elderly statesman, but he could have been more honorable to, you know, like Sabali say, saying it's a mistake. Perfect, understand? Because mung for one, hey na lim for one,
things change.
Exactly, things change. Why tamit with Barrow, mandamane rek, you know, all of one, kukura yarsa nge mbur, baladan kenen yola njikadan. So they are just suffering things that they've groomed,
cooked and all of
they've cooked, exactly. So basically, ken du muna leka ci laax bi ñom ñoo ci wara ñika leka bala kenen leka ci parce que ñoo ko toga.
Rafi sa gis-gis on both sides.
No, man from day one, ñëpp xam na suma position. Man I've always said ne Adama Barrow, the leader 3 years la promise, dafa war a toog 3 years. Depuis kañ maa ko wax. Problème yëpp man ni ma ko gisee. Gars yi Ousainou Darboe moo ñëw mu embolden Barrow si interview si mu joxe. And I think ne by doing so moo indi all this problem. Léegi ñoom dam di read always you have betray. Lan la leen Barrow betray. Betray bi mooy ne Barrow dafa show ne moom tam dafa am presidential ambition. So kon ñoom seen parti bi sont démocratique because ñoom conservative parti bi. xanaa ko keneen bi rek moo war a nekk président Barrow amul right pour toog ne dafa ko nekk président am na right he has su bëggee am any president ambition so man bitire bu ñu amoon nii man mënu ma understand bitire bi fu mu jógee Barrow dafa waroon a keep to his promise and mu toog 3 years Ousainou Darboe bu mu ñëwee dafa waroon a noppi mu xam ne agreement bi ñu ko am moom nekku foon mu xam ne lii moo nekk agreement bi ñun luñ dof ñun bu ñu leen vote 3 years la ñu wax léegi ñuy jógee fii ne gisuñ agreement signuñ agreement bi so xanaa kon that 3 years xanaa was it imaginary ñu leen coo rek Half 3 years. It was shown to us when they were doing the elections. They just 3 years. And then all of a sudden, you knew 3 years we got an agreement, you knew the paper we signed, you knew on the constitution for 5 years, they call respect, blah blah blah. And then looking at puzzling more, yo Ousainou Darboe dem na ñaata platforms mu wax ne 5 years we didn't call respect, 5 years we didn't call respect. And now we are in the day of age of internet. Everything that you utter from your words is documented. Léegi ñu toog nga ñëw démb nga ne da ngaa reverse. Come on, how will people see you? If you are a party leader, any utterance from your mouth, lu jógee sa gémmiñ nga ko wax, is party policy. Adama Barrow léegi su toogoon mu wax anything. Loolu dañoo ne Gambien position Gambien mooy lii. doo mën a doo nga ne ok non man bu ma war a loolu I said it on an individual basis. Come on man, we are educated, we know what's up. doo mën a toog nga ne da ngaa war dara man right now sax su ma join a political party I have to be careful with anything I do and my action. Because whatever I do dañoo ne Rafi ak parti bi loolu ñoo wax so buñ toog li ñuy wax ne ñun buñ xale dañuy wax ne loolu was said as an individual capacity. He was a party leader. Whatever comes from his mouth is party policy. Man, that's what I believe. If moom musu toogee mu wax loolu there and then fought with that same day party bi should have come up with a strong statement. ñu dissociate themselves from that. That's what they should have done. And that would have even brought division within the party. But no, they didn't do that. Until ñu ne xam after ñu ne Almamital moo issue benn man statement sama musuma ko dégg. That's to show how weak that statement was. Because man, I'm always involved in the political scenery. And I think a statement I should have heard it. So man noonu la ko gisee.
Okay, Doc, sa gis-gis on both sides and then.
I think I would like to take it from a very different angle. I'd like to start with asking 2 questions. I know Sabali joined a viewpoint it was a strategic mistake. But there are others who will think, was it a strategic mistake or a deliberate strategy? I don't know, Rahman, I want to start. That's my first question. Was it a strategic mistake or a deliberate strategy? The second question is, what are the implications? Can we tip the balance of power? Because until the UDP is a key and big player in the coalition setup.
The biggest.
The biggest.
Yes.
Based on electoral size from the previous elections, based on members in the National Assembly. I'm not talking about Giss, but based on these 2, membership how much? Because I don't see the register. But based on National Assembly and based on last electoral cycle, electoral voter, they are the biggest and the most powerful in the coalition. Legi, we had a time where coalition was divided. Smaller parties like GMC, flip-flop.
No.
GPDP, NRP, are the coalition Aïssatou Touré. Ñu foog ne ñooñu these four at NCP, but NCP itself gained cover because when NCP is suspended on the verge of being disbanded, then they are divided into two. So with NCP, these small parties were for Barrow. Now, beginning, PPP was on the other side of the fence. 3 years. Doi maintains in 3 years. Okay, even though APRC and GDC were not part of the coalition, they maintained 3 years. But the party that was supposed to tip the balance more UDP and they stayed quiet.
Well, APRC, I don't think they're part of 3 years.
No, I mean more. Like
They were not part of the coalition, but
Coalition,
they stand,
okay,
their
okay,
position.
okay.
So the balance was tipped towards the favor of Barone, 5 against 2 or 3 or whatever. In party, people are waiting for what is the position of UDP. So UDP's announcement, the implications that have tipped the balance towards the 3-year camp. How that will play out and implications it will have and the consequences, but we'll debate that later. But Manyo, the issue of, for me it was not a strategic mistake. For me it was a deliberate strategy. No matter, see politics, no matter how difficult it is, new detail national interest than personal interest. Even in international politics, there's one British foreign minister, Britain has no perpetual allies or permanent friends. What Britain has is its interest. So when a party yang halati non, time bunya ke government mungi cool. Yes, we are for the 5 years. Nekatun government, we are for 3 years. Do they have a right to change their mind? Yes. OJ the same thing. He was for 3 years. Mu change to 5 years. My party, so most of them that's what happened. The Aïssatou Touré mi nga xamne sa mu ngi wa 5 years. O na mané suñ ko relieve mom tamit dina dem ci 3 year camp. But that is it because unfortunately most of our politicians in Africa they prioritize party and personal interest than national
instead
interest.
Of
because so the national interest do change. Lolu mota doy ñom dañ jiital national interest loolu moo tax ñu ngi stable consistency because national interest nga jiital nu metti comme rain comme sunshine loolu nga gis boo fekkee ne sa interest nga fa def because maa ngi lekk si laax mi ice cream baa ngi daw boy ñun tey mooy boy duñ fi génn de kéegi ala waa ñu génn la rek non na ñëpp génn sax na ñëpp génn waaye du demee noonu
okay so fu mu nekk nii thank you very much Dr. Cissé tey ñu ngi la am as guest but I know ne hopefully
no fu mu nekk na mbaako
really? yow moom nekk nii dafa mel ni da nga resign gis naa loolu noonu dafa sax man dama ko sàcc non dafa mel ni yow da nga resign
gentleman loolu saab sañ wante dégg nga boy man borom njaboot laa boy say 3 months fayut ma man tam ma bàyyi
okay so dañoo dem ba next week inshallah ñu ni leen beneen topic and then ñu wax leen ne Daba is out of town moo tax gisu leen ko I think ne dina ñëw maybe in December pour join ñu continuer gis-gis. Thank you very much. Bye.